Don't let nobody tell you different. You are the self. You are the highest self. And the rays is opening back up to in this solar cycle, and it ain't going back. And we gonna remember who we are. We gonna remember where we come from and what we are capable of. And we gonna apply these possibilities to this external world to confirm it for those that don't know. And after it's been confirmed, we shall return to the internal world, or this internal state of peace, which is darkness, stillness, silence. It's inside the Sekhem, or the Sekhem, which draws the breath of life, the wind. Wind, wherever wind is present, there's water. And there's heat, and there's moisture. And all of these things externalize into what's called physical life. And all of them are a part of you to some degree. You just got to start dealing with self and dealing with nature. Them your tools, brothers and sisters. Nature. Make sure you drink 70% of your water every day. Make sure 70% of what you ingest is water. If it ain't water, it don't even matter if you're drinking soda. Your body's still going to break that shit down in the kidneys and take the water out of that fructose and what they call it? Fructose, glucose. All of them other, the sugars and the syrups. Your body going to break all that stuff down just to try to retain that water and retain that 70%. Got to keep your aquarium clean or your noon clean. Clean that noon out. Don't be afraid to. Don't be afraid to. Just take care of your little aquarium there for your soul, for the ray. Because that's who you are. You got to stop thinking that you're not there when you are there. All of this is not you. You in there. And you coming up out of that noon. Like the sun comes up over the water. Your ray comes out of the water. And at its peak in Atun, you have a peak in your crown. And when you're aware of that, then you operating in this physical world. Like at 12 o'clock in the day, 1 o'clock in the day, people are that's when they fully activated during that time. They fully aware of what's going on. You fully at a level where you're ready to accomplish things. Whether that be in school, work, or play. That's why football games on Sunday start at 1 o'clock. Because they know, whoever's running that organization knows that that ray comes up in these brothers at 1 o'clock. And they fully aware of what's going on. They really know what's going on. Then they have something called prime time. And that's when you in your primordial state, or you in that watery state, you going back down into the noon. And they see who can operate there. And everybody's ray is back in the noon. And that's when the sun sets. These are all our symbolisms. These are our customs, our sciences, our allegories. You come from mystics, scientists, alchemists, astrologers, chemists, artists, space travelers, time travelers. They are your ancestors and they in your DNA. And that's just on the physical part of yourself. We ain't even dealt with the higher sides of yourself. We'll go further and further based on the time and initiative taken to cultivate the relationship that you have with yourself. Take the time to laugh at yourself. Take the time to check yourself. If you take the time to check yourself, won't nobody else have to check you. Won't nobody have to check you. A lot of people, they be afraid to say stuff to me. I'm afraid to tell him something. The reason why they're afraid to tell me anything, they're afraid to tell their damn self something. I don't really need a lot of checking. Because I be checking myself. Sometimes I check myself too hard. But don't beat up on yourself that bad. But always check yourself more than anybody else will. And you will never have to get checked by anybody. You know what's what. Don't act like you don't. And be man enough or woman enough or self enough to know when you're wrong. Or to know when you're right. Don't let doubt overtake you. Don't let uncertainty undertake you. And don't embrace the delusions of this physical world. Only embrace nature and take it from there. You will see what's real and what's not. You start to identify with what identifies with self and kind and what does not. And you can't deny it. You can't deny it now because Dr. Radin told you about self. You can't say that you ain't know there was a soul inside the center of your solar plex. And get with that. Because once you start operating from soul capacity, you will have the inner state and the inner standing and the inner knowledge to build you an inner verse. And based on this inner verse, this external verse, or this outer verse, will start to reflect that inner verse. Based on the radius of this world and the outer world. Or the outer state and the inner state. And once you have combined the outer state with the inner state, then you have a uni state. You have a uni state. And this uni state is a union state. You're creating a union between the external verse or the outer verse with the inner verse. And now you're making stuff move. Now you're having cosmic storms. Now you're dealing with creation, with the mental alchemy of creation. And transmutating these things into this physical capacity and making it be what you want to be based on who you are, not who you are now. So make yourself aware of this soul, brothers and sisters. It's going to outlast any of this material stuff that you're holding up over your higher self, your true self. That stuff going to go out of style. Soul don't go out of style. So you better start taking care of it. I'm going to leave y'all right there for tonight. It's getting late. I'm Dr. Ani M. Seti Ray Hetep coming to y'all today. And it's just part one of the relationship with oneself. Because we're going to have to do plenty of these videos. Hit me up on lulu.com/spotlight/Raynology. Or email me at anihetep@yahoo.com for DVDs and books. Or come hit me up on Facebook at Ali Zahir Ibn Abu Rasul Nabab Hakeem. I left all of that out. But just put in Ali Green. I'm at Facebook. You can find me there too. Alright? And I'll leave y'all brothers and sisters with that. Imhotep.
Imhotep.